Good evening, and welcome everybody to the Village of Oaklawn Board of Trustees regular meeting. Our agenda today is being held in the Village Hall Auditorium, 9446 South Raymond Avenue, and this is meeting 2025-09, and we are meeting here on Tuesday, May 13th, 2025, and it is 7:30 p.m. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Vorderer.
Present.
Trustee Sock.
Here.
Trustee Pembroke.
Here.
Trustee Olenichek.
Here.
Trustee Mallow.
Here.
Trustee Stalker.
Here.
Trustee Desmond.
We have a quorum. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Veterans and first responders may salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Madam Clerk, public comments.
Yes. Jennifer.
Jennifer, would you step up to the podium? Are you an Oaklawn resident?
Yes.
Well, welcome. You live in the greatest town on the southwest side. How can we help you?
I'm here as representative from our neighborhood that's across the street from Memorial Park on 102nd. We've been having some issues as of late, I would say the past month or so, with a group of juveniles harassing not just my house, which we're right on the corner of 102nd, right across the park, but everyone from 102nd to 99th and from Central all the way to Stony Creek Golf Course. We've called the police. We've had a watch placed on the house. But even just tonight, they were coming by again. And the only reason I think that it needs to be escalated is because they've become progressively more, let's say, threatening. They haven't actually done anything violent yet, but they have started to throw rocks and different objects at people and people's houses. Intimidation, things like coming up as groups to people's houses while they're outside. So what we're asking is just for a officer basically to be present in the parking lot from at least 5 p.m. until when the park is closed, because that's the time when they seem to be coming out the most and harassing the residents. I know it's basically a babysitting job, but unfortunately they're juveniles with no supervision. We've never seen a parent with them. We've talked to many of the Oaklawn officers. They've been great every time we've called them. But of course, when you call, they like to scatter and run away. So, there's only so much you can do if you're calling after something happens. So we're just asking to have more proactive enforcement. And we're quite worried because summer hasn't even started yet. So, we've got some 80-degree weekends coming up and everything, and we already know what's going to happen. It was getting bad last year, but we've never experienced this before. So yeah, I was asked to come on behalf of several of our neighbors.
You've done a wonderful job. Putting the policemen on a full-time basis there is pretty tough. This is a town of 59,000 people, and we only have a limited force. However, I'll ask the chief of police. Chief, are you there? Yeah. To put more attention, even more regular attention, are we starting the bicycle patrol again this year?
No, but we have a detail with the Park District where they fund a overtime detail to be, they split it between Memorial and Centennial. That usually starts after Memorial Day.
All right, well, we're aware of the problem. The chief's aware of the problem. They're going to address it, and hopefully we can solve it. That's a very busy park, and I know I go by it all the time.
Yes.
It's well-attended park, and kids are sometimes not the best.
No, and I will also put out that last year, I don't know who did it in the Park District, but there was a large boulder that's on 102nd, right where the parking lot entrance is, that was split in half for some reason. I have no idea why. The thing's been there forever. But now it's all in debris, and that is what the kids are using to throw rocks at our house with. So, also if something could be done with that, have that cleaned up some way.
Okay, could you bring that to the attention of Tom Hartwick? He's in charge of the Oaklawn Park District. That's
Okay.
a totally separate, different entity than the Village of Oaklawn.
Sure.
I can talk to him about that, but if a resident makes the complaint on tomorrow, In his office is the Park District. He's a very cooperative individual. He should be able to solve that problem.
What was his last name again?
Tom Hartwick.
Hartwick.
If you go to the website, you'll see he's the director of the Park District.
Okay.
Okay, thank you
Much
for coming
appreciated.
forward.
Thank you.
Any additional comments?
That was all.
Okay, next on the agenda is the approval of the regular meeting minutes of 2025-08 dated April 22nd, 2025. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Motion passes. Conflict of interest disclosure. Does any trustee have a problem with anything on the agenda tonight? Hearing none, we will move on to the oath of office administered by the Honorable Demetrius Kateris. Jim, would you step up? Should tell you that Jim, I'm very honored that Jim has been my neighbor for many, many years, and he has volunteered to take this commitment on for us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome, Jim. Honorable, I should say honorable judge. I will step out of the way, and you will call your trustees up here. We'll pull this chair out of the way, okay?
Good evening, and welcome to the swearing in of the recently elected 2025 trustees, clerk, and village mayor of Oak Lawn. My name is Judge Demetrius Kataris, or as they call me in the neighborhood, Jim. Terry asked me to swear in the new administration because I fulfilled the two most important requirements to be able to do this. One, I'm a sitting judge. Two, I'm his next door neighbor. So without further ado, let us begin. It's the oath of office for the village trustees. If we can begin first with Alex Oliniechek. Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Alex Oliniechek,
Having been elected to the position of District 2 trustee
having been elected to the position of District 2 trustee
in the village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook, aforesaid,
in the village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook, aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of District 2 trustee
of the position of District 2 trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, if I could please see James Pembroke. Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, James S. Pembroke,
Having been elected to the position of District 4 trustee
having been elected to the position of District 4 trustee
in the village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook, aforesaid,
in the village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook, as of aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of District 4 trustee
of the position of District 4 trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, sir. Ralph Sack, please. I state your name.
I, Ralph Sack,
Having been elected to the position of District 6 trustee
having been elected to the position of District 6 trustee
in the village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook, aforesaid,
in the village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook, aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of District 6 trustee
of the position of District 6 trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. And now, the clerk, there we go. Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Claire Henning,
Having been elected to the position of village clerk
having been elected to the position of village clerk
in the village of Oak Lawn, county of Cook,
In the-
aforesaid,
in the village of Oak Lawn, county of Cook, aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of village clerk
of the position of village clerk
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Madam Clerk. At this point, can I see Terry's grandkids? Come on up.
Come on all the way
All
up.
the way around. See, what we're doing tonight has a lot to do with tradition. What goes on from generation to generation. So if you could stand around your grandfather, and I know your grandmother is coming up here as well.
This Bible, Jim, has been in my family for 4 generations. If you don't mind, I'd like to take the oath with my hand on the Bible.
I would expect you to, if you could use your left hand and raise your right hand. Oh, the right hand?
All right.
Before you do that, just put your hand down a minute. Like I said, this is about tradition. This is about people that have been in this village for years. And they're people that really have a vested interest here. They want to be here. Given the relationship of decades that I've had with Terry, I call him Terry. But in a moment, he's going to be sworn in again as the mayor of the village of Oak Lawn. Stepping away for a moment from my role as an official swearing in a re-elected official, I recall 4 years ago I stood here and spoke of Terry Vorderer, the man, using words like service, community, and family. Tonight we see Terry Vorderer, the village mayor of Oak Lawn, the returning, re-elected mayor of the village of Oak Lawn. Over the last 4 years, Terry and I have had the opportunity to talk about things as neighbors. Gutter cleaning, lawn quality, fallen trees from storms, stop signs. But as we talked about those things, we also talked about what he did under his tenure as the mayor. Since Terry assumed the office of mayor, he redid the village website, restructured the annual music concert, added 4th of July events, and he oversaw the Hometown Heroes banners. Again, tradition. Now, those things were all nice and made us feel good, but as they say, America's business is business. His administration worked with other taxing bodies to provide the taxpayer services, while at the same time kept taxes low. He worked tirelessly with our Chamber of Commerce to promote existing business and at the same time bring new business to Oak Lawn, achieving a record membership. He reduced or eliminated business license fees. But you cannot enjoy these things unless you feel safe. Right, Chief? He increased public safety, staying current and providing the latest technologies and training to our police and fire personnel. If you could please, a round of applause for our first responders. And when you ask the mayor, how do you accomplish all of this? He will tell you honestly and humbly, by maintaining a cohesive government board working for the people. Congratulations to the board, the government. A round of applause for them, please. Fellow residents of Oak Lawn, I said this 4 years ago, and I meant it just as much as I say it today. In the 50-plus years since my family moved into that white brick ranch in Oak Lawn, I have not met a person that lives, breathes, and loves this village more than your newly re-elected mayor, Terry Vorderer.
Here, here.
Mr. President, Linda, if you could please hold the Bible. Left hand on the Bible, please raise your right hand.
Oh, I got it.
I state your name.
I, Terry Vorderer,
Having been elected to the position of mayor in the village of Oak Lawn,
having been elected to the position of mayor in the village of Oak Lawn,
county of Cook aforesaid,
county of Cook, aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of mayor
of the position of mayor
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Mr. Mayor, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the mayor.
Thank you, Jim, thank you. I'm humbled by that speech. By the way, I'm going to have you be my campaign man. A lot of those things that I take credit for as the mayor was really done by the staff, and they need to be recognized. The ideas of trustees and the ideas of our department heads has led to that speech that you just heard. Now, as the mayor, I suppose I can take credit for that, because I'm going to take credit for all the other things that go bad. But I want to thank everybody on this board for working together for a better village of Oak Lawn. Been around here for a long time. I've watched a lot of boards for 50 years, and this is the most cohesive board with men and women that only want to work for a better village of Oak Lawn. No other agenda. Thank you guys for being part of our team. And I want to thank my family. I have quite a few of them here. I have my sister-in-law that flew in all the way from San Francisco just to be here tonight. Okay, I got my sisters, Mary and Madonna, and her husband, John. I got one of my nephews, Patrick. I got John, okay, my sister Mary's husband. I got my wife, of course, and you all met my grandkid. I have Teresa and her husband, Tony. And I want to thank you guys for coming. I also got some extended family here, in-laws. I really appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you. And who did I miss? Oh, yeah, Aaron. I'm sorry, Aaron, I didn't see you there. This is my daughter-in-law. My son is an over-the-road truck driver, so he couldn't be here tonight, but he sent his wife. Good job, Matt. Okay, and listen, after this event and our quick board meeting, we're going to all gather tonight at Fox's Pub, 93rd and Cicero, for cocktails and pizza. So I want to extend an invitation to all you people that have come out here tonight. Thank you very much, and thanks again, Judge.
Before the judge goes, can we get a group picture?
Sure, you guys want to step up to the board and we'll take a quick picture?
Look at the cardboard.
Go together like your friends.
Everybody get tight.
Move that one so Jamie can move a little bit. I like that. There you go.
I can get everybody, so
He's got it. Everyone move over.
look at me first, and then I'll move out of the way, and you get everything next time.
Eric's in there twice.
Looking like that.
Too bad it's not Ernie Cole.
Thank you, congratulations.
I think I have it.
Little fair Terry gets to be in the picture twice. We all done?
Baseballs. That's why they won tonight.
Before you guys leave tonight, you have to sign your oaths of office here that I have in front of me, so don't forget that. All right, new business by trustees. We'll start District 2. Alex?
Well, another positive note, our police announced this afternoon charges against the people that did the robbery at the 7-Eleven. So great work. I'm sure we're going to find more information out on that. Great
Yeah,
job.
so, Chief, that was a couple of years' work, wasn't it, to pinpoint these guys?
It's about 8 months.
8 months?
Yeah.
But it goes to the what we've all believed, that if we give our police the tools and let them do their jobs, they will hold people accountable in the village of Oak Lawn. So another testimony to the great police work and the great emergency responders, police, and fire department that we have with dispatch. Projects, we're going to be starting our infrastructure projects. I'm very proud that we are entering in another year of advanced street and watershed protection projects, which back 20 years ago when I first became a trustee, I will tell you, we didn't have a good plan, and we weren't doing some of the things we're doing now. And by the grace of working with a great board and investing taxpayer money into this, we've been able to do a record. I think we're at, what'd you say, 5 million or 3 million?
3.8 million for roads this year.
3.8 million for roads this year, and then that doesn't include the infrastructure slip lining that we're going to be doing. So you'll see more crews. The bids go out, and the work will be starting within the next 6 to 8 weeks, completed by October. Excellent. Would like to ask people, we are in the springtime, and I know that we've been getting a lot of rain. I know that we get a lot of concern about how people take care of their yards, so please make sure that you mow your lawns and take care of your yards and make sure that we meet the codes for the village of Oak Lawn. I'm kind of chuckling because I was looking at my son who just recently mowed his yard. But it's good to see he made investment in Oak Lawn.
Was he in trouble?
No, he wasn't in trouble. He was in dad trouble. So, and I just want to thank the residents of the village of Oak Lawn for having confidence and giving me the ability to run for trustee once again and be elected as your trustee. Being a lifelong resident of Oak Lawn, growing up at 91st and Major and living at 93rd and Parkside, I can't tell you how truly honored I am to be able to represent our neighborhood and our community. And I wouldn't be able to do it without my best friend, my wife, Teresa, who through the whole thing, as anybody who's married to somebody who's elected, is there and understands when you're leaving in the middle of the night because you had power outages or a water problem or a resident needs some help, or when you have sons that you get called from a senior that needs snow to be shoveled and they go out with you to get that done. So it truly is a family event to be a trustee in the village of Oak Lawn. And I just want to thank my family for supporting me for over this 20 years. So thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you. District 3, Paul?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to say congratulations to the newly elected board. It's been an honor to work with you, and I look forward to doing that for the next 4 years, or at least 2 years for me, for you. A couple different things that we have. The baseball team over at Oak Lawn High School won tonight, 2-1 over Evergreen, so that's another option for a celebration there. So a little walk-off. Alex's son, John, was instrumental in that happening, so good to see that happen. Yeah, that's why he left, because he knew I was going to say that.
Oh, yeah.
So, secondly, I did mention before that the Sunday concerts are set. I do have some of the bands that are going to be playing. You can kind of see those throughout the village, but for those that are watching online or on the TV, June 8th will be Hoodwinked, and all the concerts start at 6 o'clock, and it's right over here behind us on the green. June 8th, again, is Hoodwinked. June 22nd is the Flat Cats. June 24th is our 4th of July parade. Charles and Company will be performing at 6 p.m. that evening. July 13th is the Stingrays, and July 27th is Electric Land. We will have 2 more in August, and I will bring those to you when we get those all set. So that ends my report.
Thank you, sir. District 4, Jamie?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to take this opportunity to thank the residents of District 4 for their support during the election and reelecting me to the trustee position. I look forward to serving them in the future. And I also want to tell the residents, or ask the residents, please stay in tune with what's going on in Oak Lawn using our new and great webpage. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
James, if I could just add, you've been very concerned about these scooter things.
Yes.
I've been in conversations with other surrounding mayors, and they have the same issues with kids. These scooters can go 30 miles an hour,
Yep.
and they could be dangerous. It hasn't been a tragedy yet, but we don't come some kind of control. The state needs to come along. I can see that tragedy happening, but I just wanted to point out that other mayors have the same concern with these electric scooters and high speeds,
Right.
that these children or young teenagers are going through stop signs, not obeying any of the rules. So I want to thank you for bringing that to our attention.
We've been doing some research with our legal team, and there's quite a bit that the state has a lot of rules and regulations that we just got to get the information out there to the people, and make
Yes.
sure that they're aware of it. There are some restrictions, and I'm just by watching who's out on the streets, I know people don't know about them. So it's our
Well,
job.
technically, they have to obey all the traffic laws the same as the car does. They are motorized
it depends.
vehicles.
Yeah, they do if they're in the street, but there's also age limitations and things like that. But
Yes.
we're getting into that, and we're going to get that out as soon as we can.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Is that it?
That's it for me.
Okay, District 5, Bud.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that this is the best-looking crew I've seen at a meeting. We have a ton of complaints normally, and I just heard one tonight, and it wasn't even bad. Can you guys come back every meeting? It's either once or twice a month. It's not too much, Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. And District 6, Ralph.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, again, I want to thank all the District 6 residents for electing me for another 4 years. I also want to thank my family, Siobhan, my girlfriend who's here tonight, my son Ryan, my mom and my sister. My daughter's up in college taking her finals this week, so she couldn't be here. But I'm looking forward to another 4 years of serving District 6. I want to build on what Alex was saying about our police department. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's a good broken record. I said this when we apprehended the criminals from the Reichman robbery, and now it's the same thing here. People forget, right? Everybody hears when a crime happens, and they think, well, it happened, they got away. Not in Oak Lawn. 8 months later, 20 search warrants, 4 people apprehended, and 50 felony charges. That's what you call doing a good job for your community. I know this whole board is proud of our police department, but it really hits home. Nothing makes me prouder when I see a press release like that. It just shows, Oak Lawn is not a place where you want to come and commit crimes. Thank you, Chief, and thanks to the whole police department for everything they do. That's all I got.
Ralph, we got a pretty good fire department, too.
We do. We do.
If I didn't want to let you
100%,
down,
yeah.
but all the praise,
Appreciate all they do too. I could,
which is a good thing.
you brought
Save
that
a
up.
few, though.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I've got elderly relatives that live in Oak Lawn in a different district. And this isn't the first time, but they had a fall and they're both elderly and couldn't get up. And the fire department comes out and they sang their praises. This happened within the last month again. And fire department's there, everybody shows up. They help get them up, they help them move the furniture around, do things like above and beyond. It's just what we've come to expect. I mean, we really have the best first responders. So I'm glad you mentioned that. I forgot all about
You're
that.
welcome. And Chief, you had over 3,000 responses in just the month of March, I understand, right? Saved a lot of lives, I'm sure, with your work over there. Good job. All right, village managers report.
Nothing this evening.
Oh, thank you. We're going to move on to the consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine and brought forward at the direction of the Board of Trustees, village manager, or village committees, and will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. A, request the Board of Trustees approval of the cancellation of the first meetings of June 10th, July 8th, August 12th, of the regular Board of Trustees regular meetings. B, Resolution 25-09-28, a resolution approving a proposal from Ritter GIS Incorporated for work order and asset management software and professional implementation consultancy and support services for the Village of Oak Lawn Public Works Department in the amount not to exceed $547,341. See Resolution 25-09-29, a resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving the purchase of one new 2024 Ford Expedition XL Special Service Vehicle for the Oak Lawn Fire Department from Napleton Ford of Oak Lawn in the amount not to exceed $54,244.70, and further waiving competitive bidding and approving the purchase and installation of specialized upfitting components for that vehicle in the aggregated amount not to exceed $50,127.35 for an overall total cost not to exceed $104,372.05. D, Resolution 25-09-30, a resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving the purchase of one new 2026 Ford F-550 4x2 WC 1170 ambulance for the Oak Lawn Fire Department from Fire Services Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $344,226. E, Resolution 25-09-31, a resolution approving the purchase of a snow fighter package plow truck for a total aggregated cost not to exceed $276,455. And Resolution 25-09-32, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of an agreement with Harbor Contractors Incorporated to provide general contracting services for the construction of the Joint Public Works Facility in the Oak Lawn Regional Emergency Communications Center.
Motion to approve.
Motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Motion passes. Village Clerk's report.
We have disbursement resolution number 2025-09D dated May 13, 2025, in the amount of $10,006,025.25.
Motion to pay the bills?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Motion passes. Village President's report, just one little thing. Tomorrow on WLS Radio, 890 AM, I will be talking about our Hero Banner program here on 95th Street. I got a call from them and asked me if I would talk about it. It will be 8:30 tomorrow morning, AM. If you're free and you're up, listen. Okay? Thanks. It's been a very successful program. I understand we have 296, am I correct, Bill? 196 banners up? And we've all went down Harlem Avenue from Pulaski to Harlem, and now we're going down Cicero Avenue. And maybe I can promote it, and we can get them all the way down there with WLS Radio. And I'll talk about what qualifies for you to become a banner, the price, and the details. So if you're free, take a listen. All right, I take a motion for.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thanks for everybody coming out again. Boxes Pub, we'll meet you all over there.